Hello guys, and welcome to a July top transfers video. Now I'm hoping that no big transfers go through when this video comes out, because it will be coming out before the end of July. But anyways, we're going to look over some of the best and biggest transfers that have happened in July, and without further ado, let's get over into our first player. So before getting on to our first player, what I've also done is give my prediction for what upgrade they will be getting for FIFA 17, but also with a lot of these deals, they were known about before July, quite a few of them, but they actually did go through on July. So we are going to start with a Manchester United signing. We have Henrik Mkhitaryan joining for £26.3 million, and he had a fantastic season for Borussia Dortmund. He got in 52 games, he got 23 goals and 32 assists, and that was in all appearances, but that is a fantastic season, there's no doubting that. I have given him a +4 upgrade for FIFA 17, and you never know, it could be a +5 maybe, but that is a really good signing for Manchester United, and I think he's going to fit in very well there and do pretty well for himself. Next we have Ben Arthur. Now he did join PSG. Now this is a crazy transfer in my eyes. A few seasons ago, he couldn't get in the Newcastle team, he couldn't get in the Hull team, they were saying he was overweight. Now that's crazy, you can't get in a Newcastle team, you can't get in the Hull team, and now you're playing for one of the biggest clubs in Europe, or in the world that is. He had a fantastic season in Nice, he played really good. In 37 games, he had 18 goals and 6 assists. It doesn't sound loads, but he did play really good in a lot of games, and he had a fantastic season. I've given him a whopping +5 upgrade for FIFA 17. Maybe it's a little bit much, but based on his performances, I think it would be fair. Now moving on to our next player, we have Titi going to Barcelona for £21.5 million. I think this one was known about for quite a while, but again, did go through on the start of July. Now that's a really good signing for Barcelona. Of course they've got a solid backline with Piqué and what have you, maybe Mascherano in defence, but that's a really good signing. The young Frenchman had a fantastic Euros, played really good and covered in for Rami when he was injured or suspended, I think it was. So a really good signing for Barcelona. And let's move on to our next player. We have Kante making a Kante decision to join Conte at Chelsea. Now that was a bit of a tongue twister, but he really shouldn't have left Leicester in my opinion. He did go to Chelsea for £30 million, and I've given him a big +5 upgrade for FIFA 17. And that's based on his fantastic performances for Leicester, basically helping them win the league. Of course, wasn't all about goals, but he was a one-man machine in the midfield, running it from left to right to centre. So really fantastic season for Kante. But a bit of a cunty move to leave really. Leicester made him the player he was and made him a known player anyway, so not the one I would agree with, but anyways, Chelsea have got their man and it is a very good signing for them. Now on to the next player, we have Ibrahimovic, of course another Manchester United signing, joining for free. You can't go wrong with Ibrahimovic for free. Might be getting on a bit now, I think he's coming up to 34 years of age, but last season, his most prolific season, 51 games, 50 goals and 19 assists. He might be old, but obviously he has still got it and still world class. Now, I've given him a +1 for FIFA 17. I think he deserves a 90 rated card, and maybe a bit of a drop in his pace, but such a good season, you have to give the man a 90 rated card. And of course, a great signing for Manchester United, and the question on everyone's lips is, will he do it in the Premier League? Now, I feel bad for Martial because he got his kit number taken off him and given to Ibra, so a bit of a shit move from Manchester United, a bit harsh for them. But let's get on to the rest of our players in the list. So moving on to our next player, we have Andreas Schürrle joining Borussia Dortmund for £25 million. It's a pretty decent signing for them. Of course, Dortmund losing the likes of Gundogan and Mkhitaryan, but they're starting to rebuild their team a bit now, and it's actually looking like a pretty decent team for the start of the new season. Next we have Mario Götze, a pretty emotional transfer really, joining back to Borussia Dortmund from Bayern Munich. Pretty disappointing spell playing at Bayern. I actually have given him a -1 for next year's FIFA, and maybe it's a bit harsh because he's had quite a bit of injury problems, but very disappointing and didn't live up to the expectations. Now a lot of the Borussia Dortmund fans have said that they will not welcome him back, but I'm just going to read some quotes on Götze, and here he goes. 3 years later and with 24 years of age, I look with different eyes at my former decision. I can well understand that many fans could not understand my decision. I would not even take it so today. When I return home, I want to convince all my people by my performances, especially those who do not receive me with open arms, that my aim is to play my best football again for all of us, the club and the BVB fans. So quite nice quotes from Mario Götze. I'm hoping for the sake of himself that he can get going again at Dortmund. It's when he was playing his best football, and of course that's why he went to Bayern Munich. But whether the fans will get back to him again and get on him, but I'm not too sure. Of course, leaving for Bayern Munich was a bit of a dick move. Now, moving next to Wijnaldum, I think that's how you say it. Wijnaldum, I think. Anyways, he joined Liverpool. I'm pretty happy with this transfer. £25 million. It's quite a lot of money for a player, to be fair, at Newcastle. Quite inconsistent at times, but a very good player, though. That's the thing. In the season before, he was the Dutch Player of the Year. Or I think he was like runner-up. He was one of the best in that league, with Depay anyways, but really good season in the Dutch league. Not so great for Newcastle. Of course, scored 4 goals against Norwich when he played really good. He did play good against Liverpool as well when Newcastle played us a few times, but a good signing, and Rafa Benitez is quoted saying that he can play in any position, so I'm not sure where Klopp's going to play him, but I have faith in Klopp and I have faith in this transfer, so it's pretty good. And I'm just going to keep him the same for FIFA 17. He's been quite inconsistent, but I think a downgrade probably a little bit harsh. Next we have Michy Batshuayi joining Chelsea for £32 million. The Belgium didn't really feature in the Euros, but he is young, he is a good talent, and I'm not sure if it'll be a good signing for Chelsea, but he does seem decent. Last season he did score 23 goals and he got 10 assists in 50 appearances, which is alright. 10 assists isn't actually bad for a striker, and I have given him a +2 for FIFA 17. Maybe it's a little bit much, but of course, joining Chelsea for £32 million and having a pretty good season, not bad, not the worst. So I've given him a +2. And moving on to our last transfer, we have Digne. Not the most exciting, but for me, for a Liverpool fan, it's quite annoying really. Joining Barcelona for 14 million, quite a bit of money, but he's basically joining to go sit on the bench because he's not going to get ahead of David Alaba. But he is a good young talent, and I think I have given him an upgrade for FIFA 17, I actually can't remember now. But he's a good young talent, it's a good signing, but it's annoying for me because we have the likes of Moreno who should be rotting on the bench, but I would have Digne any day, so it's a little bit depressing that they've brought a left back to rot on the bench pretty much, and we have to deal with some shit heap who we're going to have to start unless we buy a left back, that is. But anyways, we're going to move over to some of the, well, when I say move over, we're not going to move slide or anything, fuck that, that's too much effort, but I'm just going to list some of the transfers that I haven't actually talked about, some of the more kind of important ones, I would say. But anyways, we have Benatia joining Juventus, sorry, if I could speak, on a loan deal. It's pretty good for Juventus. They've actually signed quite a few players now. It'd be quite shit if they lose Pogba, but they are getting a few good players in, and they are also rumoured to get Higuain, and you never know, they might have got them the time this video comes out. We also have Negredo joining Middlesbrough on loan, which is quite weird, obviously playing at Man City a few seasons ago, now going to Middlesbrough. We also have Jordan Ivey joining Bournemouth for £15 million. Maybe a little bit pissed off I am, but he wasn't the best at Liverpool, to be fair, and if it's got a buyback clause, I won't complain. We also have Janssen joining Spurs for £17 million. I'm not sure if it's going to be the best option for them, of course, joining from the Dutch league, and he could easily flop. And we also have Nolito joining City as well. Anyways, that is it for the video. If you did enjoy it, thank you very much for watching, and cheerio.